Hello students, today we will learn some applications of cathode ray oscilloscope, that is the use of CRO for voltage and frequency measurement. So how to measure AC or DC voltage by using CRO, and how to measure the frequency of an electrical signal applied to the CRO. So first we will study how to measure amplitude or voltage, AC voltage or DC voltage by using cathode ray oscilloscope. Okay, so first we will study about the voltage measurement. Voltage measurement, that is use of CRO for voltage measurement. There are two types of voltages, AC voltage and DC voltage. So first we will study how to measure an unknown AC voltage which is applied to the Y input or vertical input of CRO. So the unknown voltage, unknown AC voltage from the signal generator, it is applied to the vertical input or Y input of the cathode ray oscilloscope. An unknown AC voltage from the signal generator, it is applied to Y input of or vertical input of cathode ray oscilloscope. Okay, then its holds per division knob, it is properly adjusted in such a way that a steady waveform, a steady sine wave waveform, it is obtained on the screen of the CRT. Okay, then we measure the peak to peak voltage. We measure first the peak to peak voltage. So how to measure the peak to peak voltage? That is from this peak value to this peak point. Okay, this peak point to this peak point. How to measure the peak to peak AC voltage? So the volts per division knob is properly adjusted, and suppose this knob is set to 2 volt per division. The scale is 2 volt per division, that is the volts per division knob is rotated, and if it is set on 2 volt per division, then see here there are total 8 divisions, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Okay, so to calculate the peak to peak voltage, then we multiply volts per division into number of vertical divisions. That is, peak to peak voltage VPP is equal to volts per division scale, volts per division scale into number of vertical divisions from peak to peak. So the number of vertical divisions are 8. See here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Okay, so number of vertical divisions are 8, and suppose the volts per division knob, it is set to 2 volt, then peak to peak voltage is equal to volts per division scale into number of vertical divisions. Okay, now volts per division, it is set for 2 volt, 2 volt per division. 2 volt per division, that is for one division, it is 2 volt. For one division it is 2 volts. So how many divisions are there? Total 8 divisions. So 2 into 8, and that is equal to 16 volt. Okay, so peak to peak voltage is equal to volts per division into number of vertical divisions. Okay, and that is equal to volts per division, it is already set to 2 volt, and the number of vertical divisions are 8. Therefore peak to peak voltage is equal to 2 into 8. Volts per division means for one division it is 2 volt, and there are total 8 divisions, therefore 2 into 8. So peak to peak voltage is equal to 16 volt. Peak to peak voltage is 16 volt. Then we have to calculate peak voltage Vp. So peak voltage is equal to peak voltage divided by 2, that is Vpp divided by 2, and it is equal to 16 divided by 2, and that is 8 volt. So peak voltage is 8 volt. Okay, now convert this peak voltage into RMS voltage. So Vrms is equal to 0.707 into V peak. Okay, that is 0.707 into 8, and it is equal to 5.656 volt. Okay, so RMS voltage, that is the voltage which we measure by multimeter. The voltage which is measured by multimeter, it is RMS voltage, so it is equal to 5.656 volt. Okay, so in this way the AC voltage, unknown AC voltage of AC waveform, it is measured. Unknown AC voltage from signal generator can be measured by using cathode ray oscilloscope. Okay, now how to measure DC voltage? So any DC source voltage can be measured by using cathode ray oscilloscope. The DC voltage is applied to the Y input or vertical input of CRO, and before applying the DC voltage, to the Y input of CRO, first of all we have to adjust the horizontal line on x-axis. Okay, so before applying DC voltage, the line is adjusted, horizontal line which is obtained on CRT, it is adjusted on x-axis. By shifting the line on x-axis, it is adjusted on x-axis before applying DC voltage. Okay, then we apply the DC voltage which is unknown. It is applied to the Y input or vertical input of CRO. Then the line moves either in upward direction or downward direction. If it moves in upward direction, then the DC voltage will be positive. But if the line moves in downward direction, then the DC voltage will be negative. Okay, so suppose the line moves to upward direction on 4th scale on the y-axis, then and the volts per division knob, it is set to 2 volt, then the DC voltage is equal to 2 into 4, because per division it is 2 volt. So one division is equal to 2 volt, and there are total 4 divisions. Therefore the DC voltage is 2 into 4, and it is equal to 8 volt. In this way DC voltage can be measured. Okay, now how to measure the frequency, unknown frequency of any signal taken from signal generator or any source? Then we apply the unknown frequency signal to the vertical input or Y input of the oscilloscope, cathode ray oscilloscope. Then the time per division knob, it is properly adjusted such that 1 or 2 waves are obtained on the CRT screen. Okay, and it should be stable. The waveform should be stable or steady. So the time per division knob is properly adjusted, and then we measure the horizontal divisions. That is the number of horizontal divisions on x-axis for complete one cycle. For one full cycle, the number of horizontal divisions or number of divisions on x-axis are measured. Okay, now see here, this is a complete one cycle, AC cycle, sine wave, and the number of horizontal divisions or number of divisions on x-axis are total 8 for completing one cycle. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So there are total 8 divisions on x-axis. Okay, and suppose the time per division knob is it is set to 1 millisecond per division. Suppose it is 1 millisecond per division, then for one division its value is 1 millisecond. So since there are total 8 divisions, therefore the time period t is equal to number of horizontal divisions or number of divisions on x-axis for one cycle into time per division. So since time per division is 1 millisecond and the number of horizontal divisions or number of divisions on x-axis are 8, therefore the time period t is equal to 8 into 1. 8 into 1, that is equal to 8 millisecond. 8 millisecond. This is a time period, that is, it is the time required for completing one cycle. So it is called as time period. The period of the wave. Period of the wave is the time required to complete one complete cycle. Time required to complete one full cycle. It is called as time period, and it is 8 millisecond. Then we have to convert this time period into second. That is 8 millisecond means 8 into 10 raised to minus 3 second. 8 into 10 raised to minus 3 second. Then we can calculate the frequency. We know that frequency is the reciprocal of period. Reciprocal of period, that is f is equal to 1 upon t. 1 upon t, and it is equal to 1 upon 8 into 10 raised to minus 3. 1 upon 8 into 10 raised to minus 3. And 10 raised to minus 3, if it is kept on upper side, then 10 raised to plus 3. That is 1000 divided by 8, and it is equal to how much? 125 hertz. It comes 125 hertz. In this way, the frequency of AC signal is measured. The frequency of AC signal is measured by using cathode ray oscilloscope, and it is a internal time-based method. It is called as internal time-based. The frequency measured by internal time-based method. Okay, so we will stop here.